No crafted weapons. Yeah, it was an interesting decision to not make the weapons, well, useful at all. I mean, you got your basic leveling weapons, but it does seem slightly weird that crafters have not made weapons at all. But then again, it's hard to complain. I mean, we literally make people's best in slot gear. Like, I still to this day can't emphasize enough just how ridiculously overpowered the legendary crafting system is. It's why I wouldn't recommend anybody hesitate getting into it. Like, we have not seen anything quite as ridiculously powerful as the legendary system for crafters ever, and I don't think we'll ever see anything quite as overpowered again. Look at it from the comparison of, like, if you were, you used to be able to make your own good piece of gear. It used to be bind on pickup, and you used to have to, if you were a tailor, sorry, if you were like a cloth wearer, you had to have tailoring, and you could make one piece of gear that was bind on pickup and sort of good for yourself. That was the extent of professions for a while. Now, they're bind on equip, and they're best in slot for every single class and spec in the game. You're literally making people's best in slot gear, and you can sell it to others as well. Like, it's so ridiculously powerful. It's not even funny. This is why it has made people multi-millionaires. Like, some people have made more gold in this expansion than they've probably ever seen in their life. In this game, there are single characters that by themselves could comfortably fund an entire mythic raiding guild with just the gold that they're able to make on legendaries. Different bits across different areas of the game as well. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's it. It's like, it's so much more powerful than anything we've ever seen before from crafting. You used to be able to make what was maybe best in slot for yourself. But to be able to make what is definitely best in slot for every single character in the game is just outrageously powerful. I'm 1000% sure they won't do a system like this again. Yeah, I can't see them doing anything like this again. And if I'm honest, I don't think that they kind of really meant for the legendary system to be the way that it is now anyway. I genuinely feel if they had more development time for Shadowlands, the legendary system would be very different to what it is now. I don't think they ever expected players to be in a position to craft and sell every single rank of legendary. I don't think they expected players to be able, or their initial design goal was not for players to do that. I think their initial design goal was probably to make it so that you would specialize in something and you would have specialist crafters on your realm. So you would go to this, or you'd have, that guy in the guild that would make, the Shadowgast rings. You'd have that person in the guild that would make the Grim-Veiled capes. You'd have that person in the guild that would do X, Y, and Z. I don't think the original design philosophy was that there would be one person that makes everything and just becomes a multi-billionaire. And the reason I kind of get that feeling is on the basis that they were readjusting the amount of legendaries that you needed to craft, like, multiple times in the Shadowlands beta. And they also adjusted the cost of arboreal shards multiple times on the beta. There was a point in time where the arboreal shard was 1,000 gold, and it was only very late in the day they reduced it to 100 gold, and then upped the amount of them that you needed. So they were definitely playing around with how they wanted legendaries to work, and if I'm honest, I feel that they just ran out of time. And once it was done, it was too hard to change it and go back again. I honestly feel if Blizzard had more development time on legendaries early days, there would have been a bind-on pickup material for it that would have limited people's ability to be, you know, the jack of all trades, because I don't think that's what they really wanted. This entire expansion for me has been all about legendaries. And while it's been profitable, sure, I've made 60 million gold profit so far, in probably more than that, because it's hard to keep track because I do spend a bunch of gold. I've probably made somewhere in the region of about 100 million gold in profit this expansion so far. And I'll probably double that by the end of it. Just off the legendary market. Like, pretty much entirely off the legendary market. And often you'll find that there'll be something that will be a bit of a cash cow for a small period of time. But then, you know, the more people that get into it, the less profitable it becomes. But there's never a situation where crafting somebody's best in slot gear is not going to be profitable. You are always going to have customers if you're crafting BIS gear. Always, always, always.